Hey guys, it's Lesley Tao here. Welcome to my YouTube. I'm hanging out in my Tesla at the moment because it's very hot in the UK. We're on about 40 degrees today and there's AC in here. I'm parked outside my gym, which is David Lloyd's at the moment, and it's fairly quiet, so that's pretty good. I can make this video. So now this video is all about how we manage our cleaners for our Airbnb and business. And this is becomes really critical. Actually, to be honest, is probably one of the most critical things in the beginning if you're aiming for high reviews and superhost status. You know, the least that the guests are expecting is a very, very clean property. When you have multiple units like we do, sometimes quality control becomes a challenge. So how do we manage this problem? What I've done first is I've also provided some footage, which I hope we provided during the course of this video, to show you what we get sent by our cleaners. So we get sent videos of before, if there are any issues, or pictures. So they send us videos and pictures of the process of them going into clean all the way to when they leave the property. Are also good because the cleaners can use them if there's a guest complaint to go back to see, you know, have we captured any pictures or footage of the complaint. And sometimes we've been able to prove the guests wrong that have caused a bit of an issue. For example, where they said that we haven't provided a spare linen. Well, from the video or from the pictures, it's very obvious that the spare linen is in the wardrobe where we normally keep our stuff. So, you know, it's very helpful to have the footage because it sort of keeps everybody in check. We run multiple units in different countries. We have most of our units in Cambridge at the moment, and what we have done is that we do have an external cleaning team that we use. They do a very good job, and we also have an internal team that we use to enable us to sort of keep our standards as consistent as much as possible. We've also got one person who's a bit like a property manager / head housekeeper, and she goes around and spot checks all the properties after a clean. Now, it's impossible to spot check all the properties at the same time, especially during high season. So what she does is that she does spot checks of a few every other day. She flags up issues that might need attending to for both of the teams, so internal, external. Now that seems to be working quite well because this is one of the challenges we had when we weren't on top of our cleaning, I would say. So at that point, all of our cleaning was going sort of unchecked, and what would happen is that we would of course get a bad review or get marked down because the cleaning wasn't good enough. So we've come up with this system to automate how it works and also bring up the standards, and it's working really well this year, whereas last year I don't think it was working as well. Of course, this means that you have to vet your staff. Now we're very lucky to now have a very competent and hard-working head of housekeeping / property manager, which we went through quite a few people before we found the right one, I would say. Previously honestly. And there've also been ones that have been really good, so shone out. So I will give a shout out to Mark Keys as well, but he's not working with us anymore, so that's one of our ex-staff, but we're still in touch. And our current property manager, who is doing a really good job. I call her Rebel because she reminds me a bit of Rebel Wilson, her sort of humour, and she's doing an excellent job, so we're really pleased, and it's reflected on the results in terms of the reviews. Where we have got marked down on, I'm just thinking more recent in terms of reviews, is more when there's something incorrect in the listings, but I'll deal with that on another video. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoy sort of day-to-day behind the scene footage of what we get to see in terms of our cleaning. It's actually a very, very important part to running an Airbnb business. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any comments below, or if there's anything you want me to make a video on. What I am doing now, guys, which I'm finding it a bit more simple, because before I used to not struggle with content, but struggle to create content, and now I'm just whipping up my iPhone instead of the camera, which my editor doesn't really like, because it's the quality is not as high, but it's just I want to get my content out so you can see what I do on a day-to-day basis, or what happens in our business on a day-to-day basis, because that's pretty important. So I'm just sharing what happens, and all of the business, to be honest, is run on WhatsApp communication with everyone, so you know, that's pretty cool. What am I doing in terms of automating my role? Well, I'm going to save that for another video, because this is going to be very interesting. Okay, so watch out. So just to let you guys know what I mean by automating my role, during COVID, because it was such a rough time for all businesses, I jumped back into our service accommodation business. So it's called Koala and Tree Limited, which is based in Cambridge. We will actually run different rental strategies, including long-term rental as well, so I share houses, but short-term rentals is a part of our portfolio. So I jumped in to sort of save the business, and we've been successful at that. Now we are still recovering, although the business is, you know, it's quite well, considering that we don't have the China segment of the market, which we usually do during this time of the year. So that's it's still looking quite positive, but I've been, you know, managing sort of this business, going through ups and downs within the last year or two. So now it's sort of what's my exit strategy, but we still want to keep the business, so I will deal with that in another video. And let me know again if you want me to address any sort of points, that any questions that you might have. If you're looking to start your property journey and you want to try out a short-term rental business, or even share a property, these are all business models for rental business models, I call them. So it's quite important, because no matter if you buy a property or you rent a property from a landlord, you still need to conduct different rental strategies according to your goals. All right, so I'm going to clock out now, but it's so nice to speak to you, and hopefully see you in the next video.